Good morning. I want to start off explaining why back-to-back videos I'm often wearing the same. I began to explain this yesterday. I'm a new sleeper, however, I toss and turn. So I wear a long sleeve shirt or sweatshirt or whatever to bed so that I can rustle off my sheets in the middle of the night and not wake up cold, which I will if I don't wear these. But I'm bottomless otherwise. Not today. That's what I was saying. I pull on a pair of underwear when I get out of bed and come get my coffee. And I also told you I usually am in bed, especially, well, on the weekends really only. Or when I'm off, that's when I be on this. I was on vacation, staycation. I'll be in bed for like 2 hours. I'll read, I'll look at my phone, Instagram, text, whatever, email. And I mean, I don't get alerts for email. And so I really check my email once a day, usually. Often it's only in the morning. So, yeah, if you email me and I take a day or two, that's why. Oh, I already ground these beans. Let's get to it. We are having a new coffee. I threw it away. It's sight glass, which I've had many times before. But as I told you, my rigmarole, my corner neighborhood pop-up, who I usually buy, the bird and the bear, I never can be in the bear, I never remember their name. I usually buy from. They are only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I had to get coffee on Wednesday. It turned out I didn't have to. I'm most terrified of running out of coffee. I actually didn't need it until today. So I could have gone to Bird and Bear. But anyway, I was at Rainbow. They have a lot of local and other than local, but small roasters. And as I said, the bags are dated. So I usually look at the 10 roasters I love and look for this most recently dated bag. Sight glass, I just dropped a bag. And the day I bought it was like a couple of days old. So I bought it. And it's an African single origin, as they call it, when your beans are not a blend. A lot of roasters make blends to create unique flavors in their coffee. And this is just a single origin African producer. It'll be interesting. I'm not a big fan of African espresso. I mean, I'm not against it. I prefer Mexican, or if we're doing single origin, or Indonesian. But I don't really know. I didn't read about this coffee, where in Africa it is. So we'll see. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's also minor. All these things are pretty minor. I mean, you go to a diner and you get a cup of coffee, it may not be fabulous, but it's coffee. So this is interesting. This just popped in my head. Maybe this whole thing that I do with my coffee has something to do with control, which I lost when I, in my brain injury, I lost control of my body. My brain, faulty brain, poor brain, took over and is now leading this body. And it has apparently, it seems like it would, right? It seems like my conscious mind could say, no, brain, you're wrong, and stop it from commanding my body to do things I don't want it to do. But it can't. Yeah, neurophysiology, I can't go there. I don't even like to read about it. And it's horrible because it's so much of my reality. I mean, that's how I am now. I'm a really, I don't know what you call it. I just, if I'm not interested, like with the phone and space and running on video and downloading and tech, if I'm not interested, I don't, you know, I just don't. And I can't say I'm not interested in neurology, I'll just say I am a bit. But not enough to really, really read about it. As I probably should. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I'm fascinated by this being that this brain injury created that I do see some way other than myself. He could segue. Is this me? Is there a soul? Is there something beyond this? I guess I would have called myself a spiritual agnostic now. I don't know. I mean, all I know is post-brain injury, I did begin to feel that beyond this body, there's something that persists. I don't think it's simply ego. It could be, but something persists. And now I am a person who feels pretty much divorced from this body, this thing I have here gesticulating and attempting to form words very poorly. My mouth doesn't do as supposed to make these words. I have to, this goes back to me telling my body yes, I can. And there you go, slow. And I do everything with total then I can control things much better. That's not true of some things, but obviously it's true of speech. What did it say? Go slower? I'm making my coffee. I need a cup. Oh, I washed my dishes last night. I'm about to get a roommate, by the way. I think you may have met him, but he's an old friend. He's lived here for a while, which I lived in this 3-bedroom place by myself after my daughter moved to New York in August. And I did briefly, well, one daughter went to LA, one went to college, There's been on and off. My daughters have come and gone, returned, even though they're adults. And I hope they come back again. And anyway, I'm converting one of my daughters' rooms so that someone can live there. And this will be our friend, GR. So, I'm telling them because I load a dishwasher and I run the dishwasher, a regular size dishwasher. I run it once a week, maybe. Probably less than that. So I'm all surprised when, I did the dishes last night. So I don't have to go to my cupboard. I go right to the dishwasher. And I'm sure I'll be using it a bit more. Which is where we come to bills. My friend's staying with me, give me some money to stay here, and it's super helpful, and it's going to be really great. But he doesn't want to share bills. He finds that demeaning. But it's like, dude, we're gonna use water. You're gonna use water. You're gonna use electricity. Why wouldn't you share the bills? It's okay for us all to have many opinions. It's not something that's worth the 100 or 200 a month for me to get it. Argue. I have my belief. I think he should. He has his. I didn't want it to be a conflict. I said, hey, fine. Here's the flat rate. Done. Move on. Coffee. Ready? Ooh, almost forgot fresh water. Now that's another thing I haven't brought up. Always start. You feel the coffee maker. Don't use water that's been sitting. That was very fresh water from your... I use tap water because we're in San Francisco, and if you don't know, Hetching Reservoir supplies us with very fresh, good, clean drinking water, as far as we know. But until I can identify by taste that there's a problem, or I'm told by experts it's not safe to drink, I drink it. I enjoy it, it's great. So, how do you get water? Fresh water. And here we go. Ready? Bam. Oh, guess what I did? I've told you before, I like it. I like to add the adaptogens before I run the coffee. I won't get into why. It's stupid. It's just a thing I forgot too. So I will do that second. Oh, what else? So I did a post-movie, not really a review, I didn't want to spoil it, just enthusiastic encouragement to go see Booger. Honestly, I didn't think a lot about it yesterday. I know the things I did, I read. But getting to know me. I'm in a book club, and we have a new book. But I'm finishing a book I was reading before our new book came along, which was last week. So I felt the need to try to get through that book more. And that book is a book, it's called A Swim in a Pond. It's George Saunders writing about the art of fiction in retro and using short stories by the great Tolstoy, Google, Turgenev. And I'm not going to finish that. It's a book where I'll read the story and then George talks about the story. But I'll reread the things he says several times. Like I'll read the next day, I'll start over on what he'd said the day before. I don't know why. Probably why I listen to nonfiction. I feel like I really want to understand what I don't know. I don't do that with fiction. I think with fiction, I'm able to a writer's building this imaginary world, and I immediately inhabit it. If I don't, I'm not going to finish the book. If I do, it's like getting right back into an alternate world. I don't need to refresh myself. Usually. There are sometimes some writers, especially the maximalist literature, where what the fuck happened? I better reread. So it does happen. Anyway, here we are at Dr. Jen's. Oh yeah. So many adaptations. Again, our cocoa, a number of mushrooms, ashwagandha, a little bit of the collagen, turmeric, and cinnamon. I would think of, I won't go into it because it will be foreign to you. Sorry, only my friends would understand. But I'll just say Klaus and his cinnamon. When I say the word cinnamon now, I always think of Klaus and his cinnamon. Oh shit. I was stirring too vigorously and coffee came out of the cup. I'm really looking forward to chasing. Now you can see my underwear. See my underwear. And these are superhero underwear. I'm gonna have to come back here to get my creamers. As I told you, I got this layered superfoods, Laird Hamilton's mushroom creamer. It was so cheap. I wouldn't buy it normally. I have once, but